Hello friends, you're welcome to Basil World Academy, your optimist destination for scholarship discoveries. Here I am dedicated to equipping you with the finest tips and guidelines to unlock your full academic potential and guide you to success in every area of your academic journey. Today I will be sharing with you fully funded Masters and PhD scholarships in Australia, specifically at the esteemed University of the Akin. This prestigious scholarship offers a comprehensive package which includes full tuition coverage, a general stipend of $34,500, comprehensive health insurance, relocation allowance to facilitate your settling in process, and the best part, no need for an agent for research programs. I'm here to help you embark on a transformative educational experience without financial worries. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the eligibility criteria, application process, and all you need to know to seize this incredible opportunity. Subscribe now and let's navigate this academic path of excellence together. Hello guys, to get to the scholarship page, the first thing we need to do is to do a simple Google search for University of the Akin in Australia. We can click on this link over here and then it's going to take us to the university's homepage. Then we can click on research, and under research we can find under the research we can find fees, funding and scholarship. We can click on that, and the next thing we are looking for is the RTP and the DUPR scholarship. We will click on that. So here is the scholarship page. We have the HDR scholarship, Research Training Program scholarship at the Deakin University, and this is for postgraduate research scholarship. Applications are now open, so if you're interested and this fits your profile, I'll highly encourage you to quickly apply. So before we go ahead, it's also very important to note the deadlines because this will help you to apply and prepare all the documents that are needed for this scholarship application. So we can click on this link to check for the key dates and deadlines. So we can come around here, down here, where we have candidature and scholarship application dates. So we have different faculties with their own different deadlines. So do well to check the faculty that best relates to you and find out the deadlines. So I'm going to just do a little demo here. I'm going to use Faculty of Health Science. Let's look at the deadlines. So we'll have two rounds, round one and round two. So round one, domestic and international applicants available to commence in 2024. So the deadline for this application is on 29th March 2024, which is currently on. So we're in the round one. So for round two, dates will be published later. So do well to check the faculties that best relates to you. I can also check this Faculty of Science, Engineering and Built Environment. So the closing date is also 29th March 2024 for round one. Then for round two, dates will be published later on. So we can go back to this scholarship page. We can quickly look at the benefits. Okay, the benefits and duration for this scholarship. As you can see, $34,000 per annum will be awarded for this scholarship. In addition to that, there is a relocation allowance between $500 to $1,500 for single to family, and these are awarded to students who are moving from interstate or overseas. So I believe all the international students are qualified. So it also covers singles overseas student health cover policy for the duration of your visa. So this is a very generous scholarship. It gives you a stipend, relocation allowance, and health insurance coverage. So for doctoral programs, this stipend and scholarship is going to fund you for 3 years for stipend and 4 years of tuition fee offset. So your tuition is going to be waived completely with 3 years of stipend. For research master's degree, 2 years of stipend and 2 years for the tuition fee offset. It's a very generous scholarship. The next thing we need to talk about is the eligibility criteria. Definitely, I believe you know that every scholarship have the eligibility criteria, and I always advise students and scholarship seekers all around the globe to make sure that they check the eligibility criteria and be sure that they are qualified for the scholarship. So let's look at this. To be eligible for this scholarship, a student must be a domestic or international student enrolled in this any of the university's course. So to be eligible for these fees, applicant must not be receiving an equivalent award or scholarship from the Commonwealth designed to offset HDR fees. So do well to check the eligibility criteria. If you need more information on the eligibility criteria, you can also check all the requirements for research degrees over here. So it's very important for you to do that. Now let's go over to the selection process. So RTP and DUPRS stipends will be awarded to students as a result of a competitive process outlined in the ranking guidelines below. So I always say that scholarship applications are very competitive. So it's very important for you to make sure that you have all the required documents and then write all the essays and meet up all the requirements. So you stand a chance of winning this scholarship. So do well to take your time to go through this page and find out how to make your application portfolio to stand out and be more unique. And the best way to do that is for you to dig in deep and understand the application process. For the PhDs and masters, at least you should have 4 years of tertiary education studies. You should also be a high achieving student and must have achieved 80% equivalent of your research masters. Meet all the minimum entry requirements. So there are other entry requirements, admission, selection, and enrollment procedures, research degree entry pathways. So you can as well go through this to dig in deep to find out more details on this. Definitely, most of the application requirements are the documents, your CVs, your essays, and other application portfolios. So you can check that out and get the requirements that you need for that. So the next thing we'll look out for here we can see the HDR scholarship ranking guidelines 2023. So this will basically give you a guideline on how the scholarship is going to be awarded. So we can have a quick look on that. So we can see that we have different criteria or the scoring framework. So you have the academic merit, which is awarded 40 marks, research experience and publication relative to opportunity, 20 marks, alignment with strategic research priorities, 30, then supervisor experience and support, which is also 10 marks. And this is a criteria that they will be using to award this scholarship. So we have other explanations of these different criteria down here, so you can check that out and see how you can tender your application to suit this. The next important thing we need to do is how do we apply for this scholarship. So we have looked at the benefit, we have looked at the eligibility criteria, selection process, scholarship ranking. The most important aspect is how do we apply. So when we can come down here under prospective students, we can click on find out more, and then yes, so we have the application process over here. So we have application process. The first thing we can see here is the expression of interest. So for this application, we need to submit expression of interest. So the application process at this university differs depending on which faculty or institute you wish to study. So applicants applying in the following areas must submit an expression of interest before commencing the application process. The faculty or institute will then advise you if you should submit a formal application via the application portal. So we have different faculties that require you to submit an expression of interest form. We have Faculty of Arts and Education, Faculty of Business and Law, Faculty of Science, Engineering and Built Environment. So all these ones, they require you to submit an expression of interest form. In a short while, I can just do a short demo to see what is in the expression form. Also, in addition to the expression of interest form, Applicants applying to Faculty of Health Science, the Institute of Frontier Materials, or Research for Educational Impact need to nominate a potential supervisor and must have approval from their potential supervisor before making a formal application to the portal. So you need to send a cold email to these supervisors, get their approval, especially if you're applying to these faculties, and then you can go over and start your application process. So it still boils down to making sure that you look through the application details and find out exactly what you should do. Applicants applying in the following areas and those who have been invited to submit a formal application should follow how to apply for a research degree steps. There are steps to apply for that. So Institute for Intelligent Health System and Innovation, apply artificial intelligence. So you need to follow this part on how to apply for a research degree. So that's a very important process that we need to find out. So we can go back to this page, online expression of interest form, Faculty of Arts and Education. Let's use that as a demo. We can click on that and then we can get to this part. Okay, so we have entry requirement checklist. There's a checklist here for you to look at. So you fill in your personal details. That's the first part. The second part is the English language requirement. So this scholarship requires you to write IELTS or any of the English standardized tests. And then if you don't have this, there's also an exemption. Of course, if you're from an English speaking country where English is your official language, you can fill out the second part. So you do not need to worry if you do not have English standardized tests. So you can actually be exempted if English is your first language or English is one of the official languages in your country. So of course, if English is your first language or your official language in your country, please you can ignore this first part and focus on this second part. So the third path we have here is the academic qualifications. You have a little description of your thesis, your dissertation. You have an opportunity of putting some publications, creative arts requirement for those in the creative art discipline. Yes, there's statement of evidence. So if there are other portfolios that you have and you feel is relevant in your application, you can also do that here. Yeah, you need 2 academic referees, then you need a thesis proposal. So you need to be very conversant with your research area, and then you can make a research proposals. I can also make a video on how to do research proposals for a PhD or for a master study. If you're interested in that, please let me know in the comment section below. So this is what I have for you guys. Don't forget that this channel is giving you the best updates on scholarships and how to prepare to have these award-winning scholarship all around the world. Please check around my page. You're going to see something very interesting for you. I've prepared lots and lots of videos that is going to help you to secure fully funded scholarship in any country of your choice. So do well to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and share to as many as possible, benefit from the exciting updates. See you around, and I cannot wait to share your scholarship testimony on this channel.